Yeah, this Oma thing is a combination between the 52-week breakout that has no real room here. The 52-week breakout combined with the 7 a.m. push. Right there, 2320. Let's see another push here. Test, test. There we go. Test, 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 test. Test, test, test. Oh. Still holding Oma? Yeah, I didn't want to sell the dip. I didn't want to sell the dip. Yeah, I see no resistance till like 30. That's a good chart. Look at the daily. Look at the daily. Daily has room till 30. Yeah, I didn't want to. But if it comes back to 25, I'm letting it. See, there's a break 22. Should. There's a buyer there at 21. You saw that? That buyer there came in at 21. You saw that? Now it's at 21.5, chasing it up. He's pushing 15K. Look at that. He's absorbing it. Look at that volume bar. 200K. That's somebody buying it. That's a buyer. That's a hidden buyer. Look at that. 2188. 22. Look at that. Flying. And they waited until like the last minute. Then 21 2050 they came a buyer there. So, yeah, trying over 24 is my target. There you go, lifting up there. Nice hold. That was a look at that, just flying. All right. That was a tricky one. I recorded the hidden buyer. The hidden buyer there. Um, at 2060. Hidden buyer there. Yeah, this secondary pop should be where we gotta sell. I&M hitting scanner. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Sold half, 24.5. Another half, another riding, 1/5 position. There we go. I'm all out. That's good. 26 is good. Out of 26. Made $6 a share. 23.01. That was perfect. That was a great trade. One of my highlights here. 23.01. That was on 500 shares. Thanks. One I got. It was a great trade. All right. 20 to 26, that's 30%. 26 minus 21. 27% gain. And I gotta log that in. That's a killer trade. That makes my whole day now. Wow, we got up to 28 now. This is 32.3. Oh. Yeah, it looks about done. Yeah, my 70 million. I'll trade up to 70 million. And once you get over 70 million, anything over that is a waste of time. Mm. Ugh. Yeah, this is a textbook 7 a.m. push with a 52-week breakout. It's run pretty far. Like we ran from 20 to 28. It's 40%. That's a lot. Especially in half 45 minutes of work. Now we got 2 hours to just do nothing and drink tea. Unless something else shows up. $27. Yeah, that's you don't see that every day. You see those every day. Comes in rare. Usually somebody's absorbing the float for some reason. What is the news on it? Because I don't even news almost have filing thing. Oh, that's phase 3 trial. I'm freaking out. Positive phase 3 trial. Look at this. Get all this knowledge. Yeah, so somebody increased their stake. November 10th. But yesterday, they had quarter results. I'm just trading the chart. Jesus. Look at that. Ask ChatGPT. It's asking ChatGPT because I don't know where the news is coming from. I'm just trading the price action. Yeah, I just trading the price action here. I don't know what's up. It fits my pattern. It fits my liquidity pattern and my pre-market pattern and my volume pattern. This is 100K on the daily on a 20 million. Fits all my patterns. This is no joke. That's very liquid. Now we're rolling over here. This would be a nice short, I guess. It comes with time. Comes with time. You've got to hold the dip. You're over trading. You're trading setups you don't know, and you're not holding your winners. You have to limit your trading. If you limit your trading to what you know, you're gonna have more confidence. Limit trading to what you know, because you're losing confidence on the trading tickers you don't know, and you're not holding your winners. Eliminate the other trades you do, and lose money, feel your confidence. Like, to me, this is something I know. Like, I have a whole chapter of 7 a.m. pushes. Let's see, where's the book? I actually just finished it. Where is the 7 a.m. push? It's the book here. 7 a.m. push. I was just reviewing it over the weekend. Here they go. Let's see. This is one from my course. This is your app. Uh, the trick here was the trick here for me was that's what led me to hold longer. 52-week breakouts go like since 2024 right here in 2000. This is 18 and this is uh no sure you buy the course. That's from the course. That's sure. Not sharing the link of the course. Long. This is a 52-week breakout. Right here. 52 breakout. You have to combine 52-week breakout. Once you combine these two things, combining 52-week breakout with a 7 a.m. push, we had room till 32. It's actually a pretty nice setup here. Yeah, these setups happen, but when they happen is, I don't know. Not a lot of times they happen like this. That's why you always show up at 7, because you never know. To yeah, only 10% keep going like this. Only 10%. This one had a phased. I'm not buying it here. I'm I'm just chilling. Like you gotta take your 30%. You have to move on and fight FOMO. Like right now, it's becoming a 52-week breakout short at 32, 33. Over 30, that's resistance. Only around 10% keep going like this. So it's very rare to keep going like this. See if we get any other mover. Those are 7 a.m. pushes. Those are 8 a.m. 8 a.m. movers on the scanner. Get some 8 a.m. algo spikes. I don't rebuy it. I'm not rebuying it. Uh, this is a huge short squeeze that's happening here. Type start H, you can text. Let me see if I do that. H. I don't know. Voice to text. Noise. Lobo. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Oh no, not working. Good work, man. Like right now, it's in no man's land. Like here, it's just bonus. Here, between 26 and 32 is just bonus. You know, uh, oh, there it is. Oh, I see it. Voice typer launching. Next, both microphone. There it is. All right. How's everything going? Okay, so this is pretty much okay. So this is pretty much working here. We're at 32 something, so this is pretty much a 52. Short the daily resistance at 32. This is resistance at 32 in Olma, OLMA, not Alma. So let's see. There's the dictation. There we go. How's that? Dictation works now. Yeah, Alma fit my pattern of a 7 a.m. push combined with a 52-week breakout of 1782. It's liquid. I think it had 100K on the 1 minute. And now we are hitting 52, the 52, the next resistance point, which is 32. So there was also a hidden buyer at 20 something, 2050 that I covered. So the text to speech seems to be working here. Now chasing it here at 26, you have to chase it in small size. Setup happens maybe once every 2 months or so. Text to speech is working. Keep that. Keep that right there. It's Control Alt H. And that's the resistance point at 32. If that 32 fails, we're gonna roll over on the 30. Yeah, you're over trading. You cannot hold your winners. It means you're over trading and you don't know your setups. Like this cutoff is, look at that. It's rejecting 32. Look at that. Look at that candle there. See that candle is literally going to 32. And now we reject it. So nowhere near I would buy that at 32. That's a short now. Short the daily resistance. So short the daily resistance at 22. So if you were short, you were probably shorting like 30 or 31. You would risk off 32. And you can possibly hold this short all day. That's a short. That's not gonna hit 32 today. I don't think it'll hit 50. It's very rare you have. I mean, this is phase 3. This is phase 3 news, so it's a 300%, 3 milli float. I don't know. I'm not buying it. I'm not shorting it. I made my money and I'm looking for another play. I if I have another play. If I don't, I'm gonna walk. And there's nothing to do. Retesting 32. That's 32, 33. Looks like we broke. So this phase 3 is going up to infinity, which I don't know. Infinity doesn't sound. They always come down. But that's good. We got a $10 mover to $32 mover. Maybe this is gonna spike up the market more. Sit here, enjoy my tea, and nothing. The trading is really boring. Once you know your stuff, just come in, take your predictable trade, and do nothing because it doesn't hit your criteria. Trading is really boring. 90% of it is sitting. You have 4-hour blocks each day. You just sit. 15, 20 minutes of trading. So you're literally sitting here for 70% of the time, doing nothing. That's kind of like what trading is. See, does it break? With Alma there. I'm glad I didn't take that short. Now we're going to the next resistance point. Where is the next resistance point on the daily? You look, we got some 36 now. So we're breaking 32. Next resistance is 36 now. That's a short squeeze. Yeah, that's a short squeeze. Look at that. That's a huge short squeeze. So the news is legit. Seems like phase 2. What is it? If we look at the news again, something with phase 3 trial. Phase 3 trial are the strongest news, and they had good earnings as well. So it has earnings and phase 3. A lot of great news. News Okay. Phase 3, earnings, 52-week breakout, all ingredients for this being the big mover. Yeah, like look at my chapter. What's it called? Look at my 52-week breakout. This is the exact pattern. If you look at my 52-week breakout chapter, the exact pattern. Let's see. Has all the criteria. Like, look at the 52-week breakout chapter. It has, like, if you look at the, what is it, like the beginning of it, the beginning of it right here. Let's see, daily breakout, first mover in the cold market, the only ticker moving, news, pre-market breakout, and and a 52-week breakout. That's and a phase 2. It also has phase 2, phase 3. So news on the ticker is phase 3 and earnings. It has all the criteria to be I don't know, to go to $100 or whatever. That's good. I guess we're in a hotter market now. Jesus, this one's just ripping the shorts out. This one's so the thing is not to short the first one. This is the first one. We can see a hot market coming tomorrow and the day after. So it looks like we're in a hot market starting tomorrow. Just because of this mover. Right now it's doing things that are illogical. 350%, 50 million float and keeps going. Very illogical. Just like that, we're in a hotter market. Like that, we transition into a hotter market. Yeah, I'm trying to wake up. Like, I didn't want to wake up at 7. My recovery score is still 50%. Still have not slept more than 6 hours. I'm still adjusting to my New York time zone. Yeah. That's straight out of the course, man. You get a 1 hour of free course. Yeah, don't short the first one. Like I was pretty hesitant to short it, but it seems like it's the first one. This is where they blow up the shorts. Longs are thinking this is going irrationally higher. Blow up stock, I guess. I still can't find any other tickers on my right side. There's maybe KNF. CANF is number two top mover. I keep that on watch. It is number two. All these tickers going down the pre-market list, you have to put them on a screen. Like each of them have to have their own screen. The reason why trading in the long is hard is because you can only profit from the first one the most as a long. Everything after that is just less. So it's kind of like bait for the longs. Almost like bait for the longs. The first big squeezer, and then everything else is gonna be less than that. I like how it works. CANF. So tomorrow is gonna be much hotter, believe it or not. Tomorrow, let me see. Control Alt H. So tomorrow is gonna be much hotter considering Olma. Olma is the first big mover after a long time. Had all of the ingredients being the first big mover, earnings, phase three, 52-week breakout of 17. Then I was looking at level two this morning, and there was a big buyer there at 2050. Recorded on my I record the whole setup. So 12 to $40 pre-market is going to spike up the market. So this is the first one. The rule is not to short the first one, because right now, as a short seller, I was thinking shorting 32 and shorting 36. That's outrageous, going up, 354%. So, so it's gonna be exciting. It could be the first big mover after a quiet 2 weeks. That's gonna bring volatility tomorrow and the next day and the next day. It brings volatility for at least 3 days. That doesn't mean buying. That doesn't mean shorting. It just means volatility. Yeah, it just means volatility. Uh, Looks pretty irrational to me. Stock up being 350% on a 50 milli float. Pretty irrational. Gotta fight your impulses. Stocks are irrational, or stock is irrational. ARVN is developing some low volume here. ARVN trying to get some sympathy. I don't think so. That's low priced. No news. Okay, the ARVN getting some sympathy here. Not not tradable. This is illiquid. ARVN push, but too illiquid to me. Uh, sure. PDT. Hold on, let me see. Where is my control? 8 alt. Is that it? Well, everything's gonna be the same. Uh, the PDT going down to 2000 is just gonna bring more volume. I'm sure some of the 50 million flows they're gonna try to absorb it, but if I look at my data, all my floats are under 10 million or 30 million. Saying that, you know, in a in 2022 or 2021 when there was the coronavirus and everybody was getting stimulus, the 50 milli flows were running like micro floats. So and they had so much volume. If we get that kind of volume, the 50 milli flows will run like this. That's how much volume we got. Depends on the volume. So right now we're hitting the trend line and we're kind of I think we're barely bouncing up the trend line. You see the trend line. The trend line, we just kind of broke below it by a dollar there. We're kind of on the backside of it. Pretty much on the backside of it. Broke through these levels, and we had a hard slam. 38 down to 28, so we're on the backside of it. You see that? That's a high, that's a lower low. So the 1 minute chart saying that's a lower low. A high, a low, low, high, low, a high, a low. We're technically on the backside. This is the backside. See that? See? Hold on. We're exactly on the backside. We push, come back, we push, come back, 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 push, back. So we're lower low. Lower low. So we're at backside now. Backside now. We're on the backside now. See, over here we generated a lower low. And now we're flushing. You see? We didn't even hold the damn trend. I was just free falling from the sky. Free falling. Almost free falling. Yeah, I'm looking for a new ticker. I'm honestly looking for a new ticker. I don't know what it's gonna do. I made my money and I'm leaving. AMIX here has news 8:30. Yesterday's ticker. Not trading yesterday's ticker unless it breaks 155. So remove all these lines. That's a day 2 continuation. So you have to look at the playbook, which I have 15 examples, and only trade those. Everything else is just going to be a possible profit. That's why I did the course. I did the course to know what you're doing. I have how many strategies I have in it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 strategies here. If these, you're doing anything else except the strategies, you might win or you might not win. You know, it's just the way it goes. 5, 6, 9, 12, 15 strategies. So this strategy is 52-week breakout combined with a daily breakout, combined with a pre-market breakout, combined with a 7 a.m. push. You have a crap load of setups in just one chart, and combined with epic news, phase 2. Almost free falling now. Right now, what we can do is potentially buy it off VWAP. I'm sure buyers are going to be sitting there. But we'll see how it holds. If I buy it on VWAP, I'm only risking like $1 because I made $6. If I made $6, I can't risk more than $2 to $3, half my gains. Yesterday I already gave half my gains away, so I'm gonna bet less. Probably buy with 100 shares of VWAP. Almost setting up for a VWAP bounce. So Oma is setting up for a VWAP bounce. VWAP is 24.5 to 25. Bounce up that level, we can bounce a bit, but we're still on the backside. Almost. Now there's nothing moving. So I'm sure it's gonna be hotter tomorrow. Only one ticker sitting here doing nothing. That's the thing about this job. You have to sit here and do nothing. $24.5. For 5. Trying to bounce off here. I think they'll bounce it on VWAP because it was selling from 38. Might bounce that open. I push it a bit, and it's I don't know what's it gonna do. It's a coin toss. So we'll see. One more hour to go. I gotta do my workouts. I gotta do my workouts. I gotta go do my sleep. And my recovery is 50%. So it's a no go for me. Like right now, if we were in a hot market, I would not be ready. I have to be sharp. Like, you cannot beat the market. You haven't had sleep. Still red. Still yellow recovery. I think I'm between time zones. So still not getting more than 6 hours. Still yellow. So if you're having yellow recovery score, it means I wouldn't be ready for a hot market right now. I'm in yellow recovery. LMD, LMD. Does that have news? That has news. LMD yesterday's high is 155. You can't trade if you haven't slipped. I already tried to beat it without sleep. It doesn't work. You can't. It's unbeatable. It's unbeatable without sleep. I mean, you could trade for an hour or two without sleep, but you know, trading 7 plays a day on low sleep is not going to do it. All right, is it going to bounce up 25, Oma? There's nothing moving. Right over here is the VWAP bounce. Sure, this is the area they're all going to try to buy it. Right here. 24.7 to 25. You know, I can risk $1 off here, risk $100. It's kind of like my plan. My plan is to risk 100 shares. There aren't any. There aren't any. None. There isn't any moving. Yeah, look at the volume. You know, all the volume is absorbed by Olma. Look at the volume here. Here. Right here, there's no volume. The volume. Volume is around 3 million. CANF had some volume. No volume. Maybe CANF. Look at the volume right here. I can draw it right. Tickers have no volume. Tickers have no volume. So 2 million shares is not enough for me to buy. That's all of them are in low volume mode. CANF. CANF is the only thing that has volume. You like, is it CNF a first green day bounce? I don't know. I'm not. Yesterday we had a first green day bounce on a ticker. This thing it sold off from 65. We're at 52. We have a cancer on CNF. CNF cancer news. That's the only secondary one. We're on the trend line here. That's the only ticker developing some volume. The other three have no volume. The five don't have volume. CNF on the trend line. And that's why trade ideas is important. You'll see the market. This is the market. You'll have the market right in front of you. No volume in these things. Yeah. And that's a high price stock. So low, so requirement is even less. For 1 minute. That's a high price stock. The higher the price is, the less volume on the 1 minute you need to move it. Because because buying 500 shares means nothing. 500 shares, which I bought on 100,000 share per 1 minute block means nothing. I'm not even like 1%. I'm half of a percent. Half of 1% of what this stock is actually trading. So you can trade it even on 50,000. Here was, I think it was 50,000. That's enough. 50,000 for high price stock. I'm only trading it with 50,000. As low as 50K. As low. You have to show up at 7. I didn't want to show up at 7. I woke up at 7:49. 6:40, 6:59. I'm tired as shit, but I show up at 7. Gotta show up regardless of how I feel. I have yellow recovery and I still showed up at 7. Um, Higher price stocks have lower 1 minute requirements. Liquidity. $50K to $100K is enough. 1 minute volume. Over $15. Like, you gotta understand, like, since they're higher priced, you know, 50,000 shares at $10 is going to mean something completely different to 50,000 shares at $1. You know? Yeah, 50K shares at $1 is not the same as 50K shares at $15. 1 minute candles. 50K shares at $1 is not the same as 50K shares at $15. So they have a lower 1 minute 1 minute volume liquidity. Yeah, Alma, 3 setups. A, 7 a.m. spike. B, earnings. C, phase 3. D, what is it? 52-week breakout. A, B, C, D, E, F, and then, there we go. So Alma, right here. Let's review. Four setups in this spike. 7 a.m. spike. Okay, this is the 7 a.m. spike. You got that. You got earnings. You look at ChatGPT and it tells you it had good earnings yesterday. It also has phase 3 trial. Just Google ChatGPT and tell them, what is the news on Alma? Does it have a filing today? The company had quarter 3 results yesterday. Then it also had phase 3 trial. 52-week breakout. It broke 1782. Meets liquidity requirements. At least 100K on the 1 minute or 50K. There meet liquidity requirements. 50K, 1 minute. Pre-market breakout 20. Round number breakout 20. What is it? Level 2 price action. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Level 2 price action. Hidden buyer at 2050. Yeah, I have a video which I recorded. There was a hidden buyer here at 2050, and the buyer was just not moving. Like right here at 2050, there was a hidden buyer there that stepped in and just pushed it over 24 there. Of the recording. I'm gonna review it. 7 a.m. spike, earnings, phase 3, 52-week breakout, men's liquidity. Right now, I'm just looking for a ticker, hopefully. Onfo. Oh yeah, Onfo. I haven't. Oh, that's low price. No, it's. Oh, okay. I'm watching it. Okay. This is getting 500,000. That's not a bad ticker. Okay, 300 million. Okay. 300 mil funding. Okay, that's the news is decent. Yeah, it's tricky trading it. You have a wedge pattern at 130. I see it. I didn't buy it. You have a 125 breakout. Okay. I don't like the chart. Chart is shit. Right now, Onfo is hitting my scanner. What is this thing lacking? The only thing it's lacking is a good chart. The only thing crappy about this is a bad chart. Bad chart. Onfo has daily. This is a shit daily chart. We're between a $1 and 190 area. It's a shit chart. Okay, we haven't even if you're lucky to get 10 cents out of this. All right, so Alma is coming at 20. That's VWAP bounce. So I'm looking to buy some there. I got some 25, 25.50 long 25.5 Alma, top 24.5. I think they're gonna buy this VWAP. But right here, this is a VWAP bounce I was discussing. My target on it is like 27, 28. I'm risking $1. It can flush through $1. I'm completely fine. I'm buying the VWAP bounce. See, we kind of uh, see, Onfo is a shitty. This is a shitty chart. So when you buy it and you chase it, they dump on you. So it's a dip buying stop. Risking $1 in Alma. Risking $1 in Alma. I'm perfectly fine. I'm expecting that 25 is going to hold. 25 is a round number. 5 is a round number. 25 coincides with VWAP. That's a support area. It has high probability of bouncing there. If I buy it at 25.5 and I sell it at 28, make $3 a share. That's all I'm really looking at. Looking at make $3 a share. Right now I'm watching level 2, whether the stock is going to go under 25 for a minute there. See, there's a 25 buyer there. So for a fraction of a second, it went under 25. Then there was a 25 buyer that stepped in. Went to 25.89 on level 2, and then immediately we caught a 25 buyer there. So you saw that? How we went just a brief second. We didn't even get any fills under 25. There's buyers there at 25. Round number is VWAP. We have sold off from 40. This area is very high probability of bouncing. How much am I going to buy here? Because I don't want to risk more than $1. I don't want to give any of my gains away. I just buy a third of the size. Since I was buying 500 shares, I'm going to buy 100 shares or 150 shares on this setup. Looking for a bounce to 28. Looking for $3 a share. Not looking for infinity. See, Onfo, you see, because it has a crappy daily, it's going to be a crappy breakout. It's going to be a crappy pre-market breakout. So Onfo does not meet my good daily. Onfo equals a crappy breakout. The 26.5. Look at that. So we sold off from 40 down to 26, and then we had this dump here pretty much scared all these longs away. Right now, my next resistance, I want to sell at 28.25. So I'm putting my order to sell in at 28.25. 28.25. Selling for $3 a share. What's wrong with $3 a share? It's 10%. Very happy with 10%. Percent is a great trade. You have to take 10%. There you go. 28 there. Selling, sold. I'm out. 28. There you go. 28, 28, 25. Sold. No $3 a share profit. Plus 10%. That's a textbook VWAP bounce. Sell it over 28. That's a predictable move. Yeah, I meant the daily guard. Yes, not good. The daily on Onfo is shit. So you don't trade the shit daily. Onfo has all the criteria, has volume, has news, has Oh, volume news. Volume news. Float. Except the daily. What's wrong with $3 a share? A predictable $3 a share is always better than a maybe $2 a share. You have to take the predictable. What's wrong with $2 a share? Nothing's wrong with $3 a share. A lot of you guys trying to do too much here, chasing it up here. Chasing it up here is risky because it might or it might not. Like tomorrow's stock, it might not go up this high. Then what? You end up missing the 7 a.m. push. Tomorrow's stock might not break out. Then what? You know? Start the day red. That's why it's important to show up at 7. Regardless. Like, I don't want to. You think, yeah, you think I want to show up at 7? I do not. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. I do not want to show up. CMND, I'm not even going to look at that. That's a shit chart. CMND, I see it. I'm not even touching it. That's part of my banned tickers. CMND. Banned tickers. See CMND here on my other scanner. It's a banned ticker. CMND. I traded CMND in the past. It's funny. I traded that ticker. Traded that ticker so many times. I have it on I had it in my book. I traded it like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I kept seeing it, and after I see it, I'm like, forget it. Don't trade it. If Armful does not have a good daily, so because it does not, it breaks pre-market highs and flops on you. That's why I didn't touch it. It has a shit daily. That high there, 28.25. So right now they're probably going to try to buy the dip. They're going to try to push it towards 30. So we just had a higher high here. This is a higher high. This is a trend change. Sold out from 40, made a higher high. Going to buy the dip. If they're going to buy the dip. I hope they're going to buy the dip. Then we're going to push over to 30 or attempt to push towards 30 before the market opens. That's what I think is going to happen here. Yeah, I don't want to. See. I want to do boxing. I want to go to the gym. I want to finish my course. I want to sleep. I do not want to wake up at 7. Trust me, I do not. Wake up anyway. And if I don't wake up at 7, it messes up my profit. It messes up my strategy. The strategy doesn't work if I wake up at 9. It doesn't work. It doesn't work if I wake up at 8. It only works out if I show up before 7, Tuesday to Friday. I have the right time, the right date, the right day. It doesn't work. I tried. It doesn't work. There we go. Now we should get a higher high here over 28.25. I'm supposed. They probably bought this dip here because we pushed and now we kind of hold and We should get over 28, 25 now. There you go. There's some chasers there. That's a bull flag at 26.62. Right now we're just expecting it to break 28. Hoping it will, not hoping, I'm expecting. Let's see. It can go either way. It can bounce, go back here. That's why I sold the bounce, because we can come back to 25. I don't think we're going to come back to 25, because 25 is a round number. 25 is going to be like good support. Got a round number, you got VWAP. Likely going to hold. That's a pre-market VWAP bounce. That's what it is. After a sell-off, we're trading the backside of it. Pre-market VWAP bounce. CMND hit the scanner and died. CMND is banned. You should remember CMND. Oh man, how many times I lost in that taker? Market is hard. It's not that that's you can't make money in the market. It's just you have too many things you don't know that you're gonna lose. That you're gonna lose money on. Market is not hard. You just have to know what not to do. The only way to know what not to do is to lose, which I did forever. Like Jesse Livermore, man. If you go read Jesse Livermore's YouTube videos or whatever, he states, like, I lost consistently forever. It's only after I lost and I wrote it down and I repeated the process to not do it again when I really succeeded. Because other than that, you're just going to show up and lose on the same setup a million times until you write it down not to do it again. I listened to all the videos. Good. Gotta write down your loss. It's he's. I actually bought the book. Like there's Jesse Livermore book, and it's not as good as the YouTube channel. There's the Reminiscences Stock Trader. Like this, the guy who wrote the YouTube channel has a book on YouTube. This is it. I actually bought this book, and I was reading it on the ship. I was reading it on the ship, but it's not as good as the YouTube videos. The YouTube videos are pretty. Yeah. Uh, and I bought the book, and I was just skimming through it. It took me like 2 hours to read through it. The Kindle is like $4. Probably the Kindle's worth $4. But the real. If you look at my what's it called? If you look at my YouTube feed, I have like a zillion. Like this is like my Whispers of Wall Street. Look at my uh. That's actually a pretty good Whispers of Wall Street. Like I like reading. I like listening to them. This is the one. This YouTube channel is actually really good. This is my YouTube playlist. Let's see if you go on YouTube and you go look Whispers of Wall Street. Whispers of Wall Street. It's a good channel. Yeah, that's probably the best channel. Those 31 minutes are really good. These are really good. All right, so Omar should hold 25. Then we should. Okay, that's Omar should hold 25. We should try to push 28 again. I don't know if it's gonna hold off. I think we're in a dead market, so it's a coin toss. Yeah, AI is good. I was listening to those videos and I'm like, is it talking to me? It's specifically made for me. Like, it's actually really good. Like, yeah, I like listening to it. It's actually really good. It's like one of helped me out a bunch. It works a lot, especially when you're on tilt. Those videos work out. Uh, those videos work out really good. Whispers of Wall Street, especially if you're on tilt and you're tired and you're losing. It's a great channel. All right. Let's da-dee-da-dee-da. Now we do nothing. We got an hour to sit here and talk and look at. Like, I actually have also. I turn my blue light down because sitting here for 3 hours, I have to turn on. Flux is really good. Turn down your blue light. If you don't turn down your blue light, your sleep will suffer. Like, use this app to turn down your blue light. This is a good app. Turn down blue light because if you keep staring at these screens, with blue light at maximum, eventually you're gonna burn out. You need to limit your blue light exposure. So we're sitting here for 4 hours a day, at least, and then maybe even playing video games or watching TV. Wanna limit your blue light. And then you don't sleep. Then you don't sleep, you don't follow rules. CMND again. Don't follow rules, you're dead. Broke, tired, and blue light out. We're in a dead market. We're waiting for that one big mover. Da-da-dee-da-dee-da. All right, we're gonna get a secondary bounce of 25 or what? Let's see, where is it? 25, 25, 9. And this is gonna be a VWAP bounce here. This is right now. As long as it holds VWAP, we can push 28. We can hold VWAP, and we can, attempt for it to go for the 30s. But remember, it's a 50 milli float. But then again, it's 87 institutions. Institutions are. We'll see what the institutions do here. Envid is like crashing the internet. But no, Cloudflare. Cloudflare is out, crashing the freaking internet. A lot of the websites are down. Error code 500. And back to 25. There's probably going to be another buyer there. Turn down the blue light. There's a 25 buyer. It looks like 25 we held. See, if it makes a new high, it'll be over 25.65. So that will be a confirmed bounce, right? 565. 555. 558. 555. I still think 25 should hold until it doesn't, right? CMND is back on my scanner, but I'm not trading that. That looks painful. CMND making a new high. I'm not trading it. CMND is banned from my list. Even though we're making a new high, I'm not trading it. CMND is part of my ban list. I had a specific chapter just on CMND. So no, I'm not even gonna trade it. I'm not even gonna look at it. I see it, but no. I have to change my settings so I can ban it. How do I ban it? There's a setting I can do. Send symbol to ban list. That's where I should send it. Well, Alma, bounce up 25 and get going here. This is a typical November slowdown, and then once we get in December, we're gonna have these high flyers coming in. There's gonna be a high flyers during Christmas season. And the reason you're not holding your winners is because there's only a few winner. Anything else you're doing, you're losing. It's hard to, you know, find a needle in a haystack because every time you think is a needle, you know, it's actually a piece of shit that you lose money on. That's kind of like why you're not holding your winners. You understood the setup because if you understood all these ingredients to make this parabolic move from 20 to 40, you would hold because it doesn't happen often. And if you sell it too soon, you have to wait another month. You have to wait another month for this setup. So you better not sell it too soon. You remember not to sell it too soon. CGTL. CGTL. Day 2 continuation at $1. It's not gonna work. Doesn't even have any volume or news. CMND is hitting my scanner. See, I'm not trading CMND. It's banned. It is going higher. So whoever wants to go for sloppy seconds here at 25, it seems like it has worked out. Sloppy seconds, buying the dip at 25 is working out. Rock on. Rock on. Sloppy seconds, like, it's holding. 25 didn't bulge. Yeah, now you have a flat stop. So say you buy it at 25.50 or 25.25. If it goes back, you have a flat stop. So you're only really risking commissions here. On 100 shares on a $25 stock is like $1 commission. 100 shares on a $25 stock is $1 commission. So you're really risking $2 here. Because if you buy 100 shares, it's $1, I think. The whole dollar. But I remember it was. Really quick scam. Scalp. I still think that 25 will hold, and we'll try to push 28, 30 before it's all over. Gonna have people on the sidelines buying it as it opens. I don't know how high it's gonna go, but it's gonna bounce a bit off 25 as long as we hold 25. I have a bunch of buyers here. And we might push to 30, we might dip, we might push, and then we might fall apart. I don't know, but the trend is bullish. Can't say shorted. If it failed 25 and it was testing 25, then I would think short. We're over 25. We're still front side. A lot of people think, it's up 200% on phase 2 earnings. It's going to just, 90% of the time it's going to sell off as a gap up short. And keep going. And keep going too. This is not a gap up short. The news is good. You have phase 3 and earnings at 52-week breakout. A lot of the gap up short have bogus news. This doesn't have bogus news. It has As ChatGPT said, something about phase three and something about good earnings. So I don't want to underestimate it. Can you short earnings? Can you short? Can you treat this as a gap up short earnings? Sure, but this is kind of the first one, so you're kind of scared. Shorting the first mover after a cold market, you should always be scared. You can just keep going. The first one always does. Maybe shorting the second one or the third one or the fourth one, it's a different story for the gap short. But if you short the first one, you get yourself in a world of hurt. Still bullish. Yeah, one of my biggest losses was shorting front side day one after a cold market. That was one of my biggest losses. So shorting front side day one is something I don't do, especially the first one. And 25 it's holding. Let's see, we can. I'm waiting for tickers. If there's no tickers hitting the scanner, there's no tickers to trade. You have to respect that. That's what the market is. You have to respect the opportunities that are here and walk when they don't have any opportunities. That 25 holding, now we might make a hard high. 26.34, 36.38 is higher. There it is, higher high. So we held. Now we're going to 28. Higher high. There we go. Here comes the buyer. There it goes. Right now, next resistance is over here, 28.5. Go, there's the buyer. So if you buy 100 shares, you can just flip it for $1. Now we'll probably do 30, I think. The buy point is at 25. It's not here. Buy point is at support. And it's on the bid. It's on the bid, bro. It's on the bid. It's not on the ask. It's on the bid. Buy it on the bid. Don't even give him $1, man. Just don't even give the brokerage company $1. Don't. Just don't chase the ask. Get paid to buy it on the bid. You wanna get it as tight as possible. Why would you give your $1 away to buy on the ask? You gotta get into that mindset and be ruthless. Nobody gets your $1. Oh my god, that's funny. All right, so I'm glad I recorded this whole conversation here. 2 hours and some minutes. How many more minutes do we have? Blue light is turned down. You can see that my blue light is down to 1900. Yeah, because usually if I turn it up to 5,000, can't. It affects my sleep. Buying the bid negative and selling the ask. Nice. Don't give them $1. That's actually a good thing to do. Right, Alma, the only ticker moving. All right. I want to sleep. I want to do my course. You're gonna have to wait till the market gets hot. Because when it does, you're gonna have too many stocks moving. And if you don't know your setups here, all these strategies, you're gonna be like left behind. Like I'm already, I have these chapters to finish. Like I already finished day 3 short. First Green Day bounce. I have like I don't know, like 20 slides. Like 20 slides. I finished. I have the gap up short finished. Uh, then I have to start on another. I don't know how many hours this is. I gotta start editing my course. Like we're gonna be in a hot market when the PDT goes down. I want to have the course done because we're gonna have a crap load of people in the market and they're not gonna know what to do. Gonna bring a lot of demand. I want to finish the course by this month. Right, so what we do now is we transition to the midday scanner, and that's it. You are still holding 25, but you're going to sell into the 28s, 30s, then we're going to figure out what it's going to do. Still firm, there's nothing moving. Actually, the hotkey thing is a good idea. When you buy 3 cents below the bid. And when you sell a penny over the ask. That's actually pretty good. I'll remember that. I have to remember that. It's actually a great. Um, there you go, 28. I'll remember that. Actually, I might do that. And these things are gonna be moving. You're gonna be smoked. There we go. We're pushing towards those 28s. Yeah, it's gonna. I think we're pushing over the 28 in the last 3 minutes, and then it's gonna push at the open, and then we're gonna dip. That's kind of like my thing. We're gonna push a bit, and then we're gonna dip. That's my hunch here. We're gonna push above 28s, and then we're gonna dip. I don't know. The only thing I saw predictable is buying 25s and buying the 7 a.m. push. That was predictable. Everything else, this was just bonus. This was just fudge. All this here was fudge. I don't know. All this here is not predictable. That's a big move. There's the push towards 28. There's a seller. Okay, we're just looking on level 2. If I get a seller at 28, there's a seller there sitting there at 28. Look at that candle. They sold some at 28 for sure. And back to 27. There's an aggressive seller there. Look at that aggressive seller. 300,000 on the 1 minute. He's selling the 28s. Got another 10,000 pushing it down. Aggressive seller there at 28. They're keeping it in the channel here. The channel we're in. 25 to 28. There's that aggressive seller, 26.71. He stepped down. So as we go to the open, there's a guy unloading. There's a guy that's unloading. He's pretty desperate to sell his shares. You guys see it on level 2? I see it. Right, so we're gonna turn on the midday scanner. My midday scanner is made buying tickers that give the highest percent gain on the day. Doesn't If it hits that midday scanner, it's probably has the potential to be a big mover. That doesn't mean it will be a big mover. It has potential to be a big mover. All right, so I'm gonna CANF is the number 2 top gainer. I'm gonna still watch CANF. CANF, there's CANF pushing on that. So this is a potential trend buy here. See the trend line in CANF over 60. There's a CANF trend line. I'm seeing it. Look at that. We're straight down to 25. That guy's selling. CANF going to be watching if that 60 holds. So the guy unloaded at 28. There's another guy buying it at 25. Olma. CMND sucks, which I'm going to avoid. I don't trade CMND. No matter what, I don't trade it. It's part of my ban list. For good reason. See what Olma does here. So CANF, a higher high opening range breakout is 59. 59 is right here. So we're gonna potentially buy it if it gets over 59. I don't know how much I'll buy. I'll buy like 5,000 shares. Gets over, there you go, it crashes. So Olma turns into a gap up short. That's a confirmed almost gap up short right now. And CANF 58.5. CANF 58.5 is an opening range breakout. If I buy it here, I'll probably risk like, I don't know, like 5,000 shares. 5,000 shares. Go straight down, Olma. So since you guys didn't find shares to short Olma, I think it's working out straight down. Okay, so CNF potential buy over 59. Like if I buy here, it'll probably be like not a lot of shares. Olma halted. Is that a halt down? Yeah, that's a halt down. Straight down. So that 28 seller pretty much crashed the ticker. There's CANF there. I don't know. I'll take a piece of it. All right, I'll take a piece of it. All right. Long. Let's see. I'll take a piece of it. Long CANF 60. Stop. I don't know, 57. Oh, I mean it broke the trend line. We should get going here, right? Like I'm risking a 56. There's a buyer there at 56, and there's a loss. That's a loss. That's a loss. Waiting for the bounce. 54 is my exit. Waiting for 54. Hit my stop. I only did it with 3,000 shares, with 5,000 shares, so that's not a big loss. Got no movers today. Sold out. A loss. We had a fake out breakout here. Yeah, so right now we got 2 winners and 1 loss. This is a fake out trendline break. The fake out trendline break. There's nothing I can do. It's It broke out the trend and died. So the number two top gainer went to the shitter. Right there. There's nothing I can do. Ticker had news was a low float and failed the trend line. So that's a loss. Right now we got no movers. Excited. There's nothing to do. Swallow the loss and gone. Sometimes you'll just lose. This is a hard pull. I can't do anything with it. Number two leading gapper sells off after a trend line break. We're in a shit market. Like right now is a potential rebuy at 60. Oh, I guess I'll rebuy it at 60 after I lost 300. Yeah, I'm getting ready if it breaks 60. Maybe it just stops me out and then I have to rebuy it. Look at it. Broke the downtrend. Solid news, nice CGTL. Number two top gainer. It should have. CGTL is a day two continuation there. Over 98. Does not have news. CGTL. SGBX continuing. CGTL here. I see CGTL. I see it, but it's low priced. CGTL is a day two continuation, but it's too low price for me. I prefer stocks with good volume like this. And I'm going to buy back in if it breaks 60. There's 59. Way it goes. That's a hard pull. That was a good decision to stop out. And now if it comes back to 60, I'll rebuy and make some back. But based on this pattern, it looks like a turd. If the number two top gainer just doesn't breaks the trend line and doesn't break, you know you're in a shit market. It has to be top from the top five. Yeah, right now what we're looking at is trying to make money out of rocks here. Gonna break 60 or not? There's 59 there. I'm feeling that that disgust of the market in my stomach. Because normally 9 out of 10 times that CANF should have went. This CANF downtrend break. It looks like a very healthy breakout. Got news, you got the float, you got semi-decent daily, you got, the volume. Everything looks good to this setup. Then it doesn't break out. Not like, this is an A-type setup that doesn't work. When you have an A-type setup that doesn't work, it's time to play video games. Time to play video games. It is the A setup that doesn't work. There's nothing to do. Let's see, swallow the small loss and move on. Unless it breaks that 60 again, what do you want me to do? I'm allowed to trade it a second time. There's 59 there. If it breaks 60, I'm allowed to trade it one more time, and then we're done with it. But respect the rules. If you respect the rules, you'll be profitable. If you do not, you will not be profitable. It's just almost just going to the shit land. CGTL, I don't like it because it's too low priced. So right now, 60 is the area. The A-type setup, and it's going to the shitter. We're in a shit market. There's 60 there. All right, is it gonna go, or is it gonna be a hard rejection again? It looks like a hard rejection. We kind of kissed 59 and back to 57. A little wobbly. I don't know. It's 59 again. 59.5, 59.3. It's not going. That 60 area is the place to get in. All right, I bought back in. Bought 60 would stop at 57. All right, back in. 60, stop 58. Got one more chance. There's 58. Look at this. This is just a piece of shit. Got one more chance to go. There's 60. All right. I'm about to bail. I'm feeling that itch to get the fuck out and stop trading it. All right, I'll still hold. Okay. But if I see anything under 59, I have to throw in the towel. Holding. Okay. Phew. Back in at 60. If I see anything about 59, come on, CNF. Give me 70 cents. Let's go. Make my profit back. Just the shit market. The buy point was this was an opening range fake out. This is a pre-market break. This is a potential pre-market fake out again. This was right here was an opening range breakout. We flushed. Probably another pre-market fake out. I'm allowed to trade it one more time, take my loss or gain, and move on. It's kind of like the rules that I have. Hopefully, if I see anything under 58, I'm gonna mark it out. And I can't be in it. Does kind of this pattern here. All right, let's go. 60. I see anything under 58. No, we're trying to pull teeth out of stones. So they're really choppy. All right, come on. That's barely DGTL making a hard high. It's barely breaking out. I'm bailing on it. I'm having low confidence. This is a typical end of November, the beginning of December pattern. It's slow and shitty, and you have one or two movers that you can make a lot of money on, and then everything else fails. This is a typical late November, early December pattern. The low liquidity air time. There's nothing to do besides video games. If I see 59, I'm gonna sell 9.5. Trying to hold. All right, I bailed. Bailed. Sold. CNF second loss. Minus 400 on ticker. I'm moving on. Two losses in CNF. Two losses in CNF. Moving on to something else. Nah, this is just going nowhere. Losses. Next ticker. CGTL was the only other ticker that went over $1, but the CGTL was the only. Oh, that's CGTL was a much better ticker. CGTL is another day 2 continuation from 98 cents, which I missed. I didn't buy it because the price was low. So it's just I should have bought it at $1, but that's a day 2 continuation. Now I'm just watching it at 118. But we'll see what CGTL in caps lock will be doing here. CGTL, it's a day 2 continuation. CANF sucks. There's nothing to do. You try it 2 times. The best you can do is just you're in a shit market. Let's see. CTL. D2 continuation over 98. But the reason I didn't want to buy CGTL is because it doesn't have volume. Right here. See clearly that day 2 continuation was around $1. So that spike up to 118, and I didn't want to buy it because it had too little volume. Tried CANF and whatever. CANF is wobbling there, going nowhere. If the ticker doesn't go from, for the first hour or so, like forget it. Like the strongest volume comes in after the market opens in the first 30 minutes. It's not pushing the first 30 minutes, it's likely going to sell off. Yeah, right now that we have no plays. We're in a cold market. Definitely in a cold market here. So we'll see. CGTL coming back to $1. Too low price. Doesn't have that much volume. This is becoming a short the daily resistance almost at 118. Yeah, CGTL is gonna burn me out, so I'm gonna CANF is gonna burn me out, so I'm gonna skip it. Yeah, CANF is gonna burn me out, so I'm going to stop trading at CANF. Like if it doesn't act right within like 30, 45, 1 hour, it's probably gonna sell off. Like CANF is likely gonna sell off. So be careful, being stubborn with it. If you're stubborn with it and it tries to push at 9:30 3 times, doesn't go, you gotta be careful because those tickers that fail to break 60 They can just cliff dive at any minute. BNCAN. 30. CNF going to the CNF shithole. EXIN. We're gonna wait for the big mover. Right. Like they can drag this out for another month. And drag this slow market for another month. Like I don't know, like 2 years ago, they had a slow market until December 20th. 2 years ago, it was slow. They waited until the Christmas week to move their tickers. They waited. Uh, they waited until Christmas week to move their tickers. Like they did nothing to the tickers. Like 2 years ago, I was sitting here getting all excited about December movers. They did nothing. I was trying to buy them. They all failed until the last week of Christmas. That was mean. That was freaking mean as hell. It was mean. They were mean to me. Like how they were mean as hell. I think it was 2 years ago. I was like, it's gonna start now. It's gonna start now. It's gonna start now. And then shit. And then shit. Look at it. CANF turned into a shit show. CNF turned into a shit show. Yes. Look, CNF is a shit show. Yeah. But CNF, if it doesn't act right, you gotta bail. CNF did not act right. Yes. Shit show. Nothing to do, man. I'm telling you. Let me find throwing shit at each other. Look, it looks like the factory of shit. Factory. What's Lobo doing? Oh my god, it's fine. Well, that's another the factory of shit. You don't want to fight this market. This market will eat you alive. Oh, this is trying to fight a sugar baby to make you love you. This is like, oh my god. This market is like this market is trying to fight with an OnlyFans girl, make her your wife and make her like you and give you free admission. Make her your wife. To make her your wife. Yeah, come here. Let me get a free membership. Nah, we're good. Come here, be my wife. Nah, we're good. That doesn't work. No. Oh, that's just fine. Lobo doing nothing. Oh my god. Violence. And you gotta lower your expectations. Lower your expectations. Uh, it's CNF. There's my CNF trade. Loss. Loss. Once it doesn't act right, man, you gotta run. It's like I was listening to a dating show. I was listening to a dating show. The dating show was, I don't know. I was listening to Locario. Like I don't know who Locario is. Locario. Locario. I was listening to the dating show because he dates a lot of girls. And let's see. Yeah, I was listening to Locario because he dates a lot of girls, and he's like, if the bitch is not acting right, I just look at her and look the other way. I go to the next one. He approached so many chicks that he knows the instant the chick is not gonna like him and it's not gonna work out. So he's like this. He just bails. That's like me bailing out of Lobo or bailing out of CNF or taking profits in Oma. You have to, you do it so many times it becomes instinct. So he was like saying like if the bitch is not acting right, I just if I'm talking to her and I say, hey, give me your number, and she tells me, here's my Instagram. He looks at her and say, nah, I'm good. I don't want your Insta. I want your number, and then he walks away. LOL. That's just funny. All right, let's see. That's just funny. That's just funny. I thought that podcast was hilarious. Let me get your number. And she's like, nah, here's my Insta. And the guy's like, nah, I'm good. I don't want your Insta. And then he walked off. Hilarious. That's the most hilarious thing I ever heard. And then the girl's like standing there and she's like shocked. How can you reject my Instagram? You gotta reject it. Like same thing with CNF. Looking at CNF and I'm like, the stock's not acting right, bro. The stock's not acting right. And look, I bailed. What if I held the stock? I would have been in the shitter. The stock is not acting right. That's something you should have went. Like that's kind of like me looking at CNF. Yeah, that's me. It's like CNF is not acting right. So I'm like, I gotta get the F out. You gotta nah, I don't want it. I don't want it. Don't want it no more. Oh my god. It's just funny. Gotta be ruthless like that. If I held CNF and fight it, more losses. You just gotta minimize your loss. Not acting right. All right, trying to go to the gym today. Today's podcast is actually has been recorded, so it'll be gonna probably upload it, and we're gonna wrap it up today. I'm not seeing anything on my scanner, so I gotta wrap it up. Oh, that was the. I was listening to a podcast. That podcast was hilarious. Right? Like I was talking to a girl, and 2 years ago, wanted to go out with me, and I'm like, yeah, sure, we'll go out when you lose like 20 pounds. And after 2 years, the girl lost 20 pounds or 15 pounds, and I'm like, okay, awesome, let's go out. And then she said a comment like, I still watch TV, and something like I'm old. So I'm like, nah, we're not going on a date. Even if you lost the 20 pounds and you look hotter, now you're just gonna be calling me old when I go out on a date. So I was like, nah, I'm good. Keep the date. Even if you lost the 20 pounds, I'm just not gonna show up. That's actually, my relative is like, you know, laughing at this, but it's just the way it is. Like she's not acting right. I'm not going on a date. The stock is not acting right. You just don't trade it. Don't fight it. Oh my god. Is the SPY tanking? SPY is tanking. Oh my god, the SPY is tanking. SPY is breaking major support level. SPY is breaking major support level. S&P 500 breaking major support area. Support levels. Like right now on the SPY, we're on the backside. Like look at the SPY. We're on the freaking backside of it. Look at that dump. We're from 640, 664 down to 657. SPY broke the trend line. You see the SPY? We're on the backside of the SPY. SPY breaking the downtrend. SPY broke the downtrend. We're on the backside. Now the SPY broke the trend line. That trend line is important. Like we haven't break like that's a clear area of support. We're on the backside. The market can sell off for the next month. I can have one play per day. All right, guys, that's a wrap. I'm gonna go to the gym and do my course. I'll peace out. See you tomorrow. Same thing at 7.